how to engage and motivate students. Whether I teach a large class or a small class or an international student class, I guess online learning should not simply rely on presenting PowerPoint slides. Rather, it should require multiple forms of communication. I send course emails through Microsoft Outlook, class announcement on a homepage of a Blackboard, and message through the discussion board. Although, along with these main forms of communication, I use non-lecture audio and video content that explain to or remind students about any assignments they may need to complete. One of the ways that I can motivate students in my online course is to engage my students in writing article summaries, formal informal presentations, case study discussions, end of semester paper presentations, and the term paper. This combination of activities and assignments will make students constantly motivated and active until the end of the semester. Another thing I want to share that would motivate and engage students is to provide timely and useful feedback. For example, when students submit their assignments or ask questions, I try to give my feedback or response as quickly as possible, ideally within an hour, in order to sustain their motivation. If this were assignment feedback, I would give detailed and constructive feedback to help their improvement. Lastly, improving course accessibility is one of the most important aspects of the course that makes students more engaged. Every document is recommended to have headings, a caption for each figure, proper hyperlinks, labeled tables, and optimal color contrast. After this, I use Blackboard Ally to check the accessibility score of the course, and any remaining accessibility issues are taken care of. Regarding online lab teaching designs, it is obvious that students can learn important lab skills in a normal face-to-face lab more effectively than they would online. Therefore, if possible, lab classes that require hands-on experience can meet earlier in the semester, and then the rest of the semester, the class will shift to online mode. This is a classic example of a blended course. In this way, key experimental techniques in my courses, such as cell proliferation, reactive oxygen species, cell death, SDS gel, and Western blot, can be covered in the early part of the semester. If the class has to be online throughout the semester from the beginning, one idea to engage students is to use some low-tech approaches like a GoPro camera mounted on a headband to visualize all lab activities from the instructor's or TA's perspective. I prefer this method because using a virtual stimulation or simulation of a lab is very expensive and ultimately not helpful because the student cannot afford it, nor do they gain real experience from the simulation. The lab instructor most likely has pre-generated data that can be shared with the student for data analysis using statistical packages such as Microsoft Excel prior to the submission of their report. As a backup plan, instructor can use a plethora of YouTube videos on specific topics to adequately explain each concept related to the course material. However, the best way is when the instructor makes a video because the video become more personal and therefore more engaging to students as stated above. My lab course is associated with a lot of student assignment, including 2 written reports, 10 homework assignment, 12 quizzes, and 1 paper presentation. This workload is the same as it would be in a face-to-face lab class, thus ensuring that the quality of the course is the same as in an in-person lab.